post last week because I got pretty sick, but I'm feeling better now, and I have a big announcement here at the front of the video. So next month, the month of July, is actually Disability Pride Month. So for all of July, I will be posting different kinds of videos about accessibility and just things that disabled people go through and my experience with them. I don't want to give away what those videos are, but make sure that you subscribe so you can watch those videos when they come out. So for today's video, I decided to talk about why I never lived in a dorm. For those who don't know, I'm going to be a senior in college in the fall, and I never lived in the dorms. I lived at home the whole time, and there's a few different reasons for that. Eye on my head. One of the biggest reasons at the very beginning was COVID. So I started my college, well, I ended my high school career during the pandemic, started my college in the pandemic, so I didn't go to the dorms. My university said that they only wanted students who needed to be on campus to go to the dorms, and I just wasn't one of them. And I was happy to stay here. And one of the reasons I've continued to stay here is the cost. It is much more cost effective for me to stay here. My mom is totally cool with me staying here and saving money so I can get my own place. There are two big main reasons why I was even just nervous with the idea of living in the dorm. One of which was the meal plan. So something that a lot of universities do, especially when you're a freshman, is you have to enroll in their meal plan. And this is what allows you to go eat at their cafeteria, if there's any like restaurants or like fast food chains on campus, or like a cafe. You can use your meal plan for that, and that's exactly what my university wanted to do. Now, I have a severe wheat allergy, so this was a big thing for me because I can't eat in their cafeteria. It's not safe for me because my allergy is so severe. They do have a dedicated like allergen-free part of the cafeteria where you can make food for yourself, but it just made me uncomfortable. The idea that I still had to be around wheat. I had just gotten rid of wheat in my house and I was just starting to feel better, so to put myself back in that situation definitely made me really nervous. Keep looking at my phone, by the way. I wrote it all down. That's why I keep like looking off to the side. So outside of the meal plan, another thing was the accessibility. And I think my experience with this is pretty similar to a lot of people, especially if you don't have a diagnosis. So one thing I really wanted was to either live on the first floor of a dorm or on the second. And that's just because I have a really hard time going up and down the stairs some days. I can do it. My dog is playing in the hallway. I don't know if you can hear that. But yeah, I have a hard time going up and down the stairs some days. So I wanted to live on the first floor, so if there was an emergency, something happened, I could get out of the building very easily. Which, that wasn't really the problem. The biggest problem was the fact that I would have to have a roommate. And it's not that I was against having a roommate, it was the fact that that roommate wouldn't have a wheat allergy. Therefore, there would be wheat in the dorm, and that's just not safe for me. And I tried to express this to people in the dorm, and the disability center was actually very willing to accommodate this. It was my advisor at the time that didn't. So for those who don't know, I actually switched my major. I was a marketing major at the very beginning, but now I'm a communications major. And at my university, depending on what kind of degree you're getting, depends on what advisor you have. So I went from marketing having an advisor in that realm to communication having an advisor in that realm. My advisor said that I needed a doctor's note, and when I was still going through this, I was 17, so I was still with my pediatrician, and my pediatrician did not want to sign the papers saying, yes, she needs this accommodation, which is something that you do need. You need a doctor's note saying, yes, she does need these accommodations. And they were not willing to do that. So, and that would be the only way I would be able to have a single room. So between all of those things, I made the decision that it was best for me not to go and live in the dorms. I made the decision that was best for me, which was to not live in the dorms and to live here. I know that's not something that everybody can do, and I feel very lucky that I have been able to stay at home. So if you are going to be starting university soon and you have some accommodations that you need to make sure are accommodated, talk to disability services as soon as possible. Even if you're still just looking at different universities, make sure you talk to their disability center and just get a general idea of what they can do to accommodate you. If they're very willing to accommodate and they're willing to give you right up front, like you say, for example, I need to live on the bottom floor for whatever reason. If their immediate reaction is, yes, of course, here's how we can get those steps, that's a good sign that they're willing to accommodate you. If they kind of give you a vague, oh, okay, we can see what we can do if you get in, then that's probably a bit of a red flag that your accommodations might not be a priority. Which, yes, this is something disabled people have to take into account when they are going to university, is which university is going to accommodate them. Which also means that you might not be able to go to a university in your budget. You might have to go to a more expensive one to get your needs met, which is just frustrating because you want to get a higher education, but you need accommodations and you need those accessible things. And not all universities are willing to just give them to you. And of course, there's also professors who you can get permission from the university to get your accommodations, but if they say, like if you need to write something, like I know professors that say that you have to handwrite everything, no technology, but you can't handwrite things, you need to type things, and you have like the proper paperwork to say, like, I need this. They will do it because they have to legally, but they will like make comments about it and be mean about it, which is awful, but it is the reality of the situation. So if you are going to university soon, I hope this was helpful to giving you an idea of what you're walking into. I know it can be very confusing. Feel free to leave any questions down below. I'll do my best to answer them. Obviously, I am not an expert in this field, but I can always try my best. And if I don't know the answer, I can help try and guide you somewhere that can give you the answer. But yeah, make sure you talk to disability services and an advisor if you have one as soon as possible so you can know if your needs are going to be able to get met at the university or not. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I can't wait for next month. I'm so pumped. I've been planning this all of this month, and I think it's going to be very fun and very helpful for everyone. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next week with a new video.